The visible rise of support for right-wing political groups across Europe makes this year's Genocide Memorial Day even more relevant than ever before. The shift towards the right in the Labour Party should sound serious alarm bells as we see growing anti-immigration, anti-welfare and anti-Muslim narratives emerging with the rise of UKIP. It's exactly these kinds of narratives that have previously paved the way for genocides around the world.
Unfortunately, there is all man's inhumanity to man is not being acknowledged, and we felt that needs to be done. And then we need to go beyond that. We need to actually look at the genocidal tools, steps that leads to genocide, and even genocidal weapons and so forth. And so after the conflict in Gaza, we actually felt that we should put a program together to recognize annually all man's inhumanity to man.
Paris activists joining the London conference said that their own planned commemoration had been overtaken by the urgent need to make a counterattack against the wave of Islamophobia and racism currently sweeping France, which is increasingly defining the nature of French nationalism.
We live in an era in which governments feel themselves to be vulnerable from all kinds of forces, not only what we call jihadists and jihadist terrorism, all kinds of things. We live in a period of insecurity, great insecurity, a period of risk. So there's a tendency on the part of governments to overreact to all this, and there's no doubt that they are overreacting. To my mind, there's no doubt that they are overreacting to the security risk that is posed by some minority groups acting in the name of Islam. There's no doubt that these groups exist. There's no doubt they're a threat, not only to the people that they kill, but to Muslims in Europe because of the kind of huge risk of a backlash that their actions draw.
Anti-Zionist Jewish group Naturi Carter focused on the pre-genocidal acts perpetrated by the Zionist State of Israel and disassociated these actions from what Orthodox Jews consider to be a legitimate state.
This conference is served to highlight that genocide is an issue which is very close at any given time. The rise of the right wing in Europe is just such a situation. How statesmen and people in power deal with the rising tide of hatred for Muslims and the cause and effect of genocide potential in Europe is an issue that we will see unfold over the coming months. Mohsin Abbas, Al Ittijah TV, London.